Hi there again, everybody. Welcome back to Prestige Auctions, all things auction, the podcast. And no, we still haven't started Everyday Observations because we're not had a bleeding minute. As always, you know, this is a real problem, isn't it? Stop stroking me puss.
Oh, it's soft, isn't it?
Squirrel's back.
That's good because he got a bit mangled last week.
Somebody actually mentioned Squirrel Nut came in here, but we'll talk about that later. Okay, before we start today's podcast, anybody that didn't watch the auction aftermath last night, I've just got to explain something very quickly. Of course, this week, what happened, you wasn't there because it's not your sort of auction, but we had the specialist sale and we got the live feed cut off 3 hours and some 321 minutes in, I believe, something like that. Somebody rang up, so I'm a bit throaty today. Somebody rang up, your feed's gone down. Lisa took over. When we looked, violation, firearms violation on YouTube, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I was gutted. I was absolutely gutted. I thought, no, I love YouTube. And we're so careful, aren't we? We really are so careful about making sure we stick to the policies, the guidelines. And
it's AI, is it?
I've got to guess that it's some sort of AI that's picked up, and they sent a picture to me, YouTube, of this airsoft gun.
All right.
So, of course, I'm like then panicking, trying to get back on. It won't let me on. I'm trying all these different things to try and sort it out. Anyway, that carried on yesterday morning. And when I started looking, I thought, I've got no choice here but to actually appeal it. So I thought if I can at least appeal to a human being, they should look at it differently. And I basically put into the appeal, no, that look, we do our damnedest to stick with all the policies on YouTube. We really do, don't we? On Facebook as well.
Yeah.
I said, and I wasn't aware there was any issue with airsoft and BB guns, as there are hundreds of videos on YouTube of people actually airsofting, with the guns in their hands and so on. So, anyway, look, I said this on the thing last night on the aftermath. Look. Thank you, YouTube. You've looked at it. You've been real about it. And I've still got that heater on, Chris. And that heater makes loads of noise in our microphone, so I'm going to switch it off.
It's warm enough in here as well.
Yeah, it's all right in here, isn't it? So I'm going to switch it off because we had enough sound problems as it was last week.
Not with me.
I don't want any more this week.
For me, killing microphones.
Yeah, we're going to keep our eye on the blue lights this week. Make sure they stay on. Yeah, so I appealed to YouTube. And they came straight back to me pretty much within a couple of hours. Yeah, we've looked at it. No guidelines have been broken. We'll reinstate the video. Well, of course, at that point, the video's just gone on as where it got up to in the sale, which is a real shame because that sale was awesome. I mean, I was excited about that sale. Yeah. I thought we had some terrific stuff in there. Probably 4 or 5 different vendors, but the bulk of it was from one house. The only thing that was this little bit disappointing to me about the sale was the books. The books really flopped. And
was this the cricket books in general?
In general, but I mean, 1 or 2 of the dealers did explain it to me. And it's all to do with the editions that there were and the fact that they'd been bound. Right. Most of them were soft cover originally, and these had been bound. Some of the inner covers had been removed, and so on. And maybe, just maybe, reluctancy to buy that sort of thing in the marketplace these books were sold into a generation of people that spent a lot of money on books. The present generation doesn't spend a lot of money on books, so it's almost like pottery. However, some of the bits of pottery that came from that house, including the little slavery pot, which I loved from day one that it came in. I looked at that, I thought, this is a few quid, this, and these little pots were making hundreds of pounds. And, that was really nice to see. As an auctioneer, it was lovely to sit there. I mean, I love me Saturdays, I do. We have a bit of fun. We get the deals done, we get the stuff sold. But to actually sit there and as an auctioneer and sell stuff at that value, lot after lot after lot, 2,800 quid for some silver, 900 quid for this, 1,600 quid for that. It's a nice feeling. I'm not just talking financially, because obviously when you get a sale like that, it's great for the business. These are the sales that give you the additional money to take your business forward. Yeah. And because the week to week pays the bills and pays everyone's wages.
You build up a lot more credibility within the trade as well, don't you? If you putting these sort of figures out.
We had some decent dealers come and view that sale as well. We'll remain nameless,
Yeah.
but we had some decent dealers come and view the sale, and one or two decent dealers that sat the sale as well. So, you know, they'd clearly seen that there was good stuff in there, and, you know, all being well, we've done the family proud, and they'll be happy.
Sale.
What
I
it's
was
done.
stuck in a garage with spiders.
Was you?
Yeah.
Is that what you call Kim? Is that like a nickname?
That's you. You weren't even, my little sidekick weren't even there, not holding my lamp.
Sorry. What are you doing in these garages? so no, that auction was great. But what's real interesting, before we talk about last week's auction, is that we're literally emptying that room now to go straight into another one.
Right. What's the next one?
So it's sort of, well, I mean, we're not really going to do specific sales going forward. We're just going to do mixed sales.
Right. Because it works.
It
keeps
works
the interest
really
level
well.
high, doesn't it?
And there is some talk that we might do some micro sales.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's a
We need that room
possibility.
for the general sale.
Well, the general sale, I mean, the general sale's massive, but before we get to the general sale, just finish off. So we've got this other sale coming up. We've already got a load of antiques and collectible type stuff. Probably not as good as this one we've just done.
Yeah.
Back to, we've got a large amount of toys coming in next week, very collectible ones. We've got some other collections that have come through the door. And then we need to get this one done before we do the other one in kind of the end of March, which, you know, we've been to a house this week, haven't we?
Oh, wow.
Out of town. And I know the family watches what we do. So, it's not very often we come away from a house and go, wow, what a great house. It's a beautiful property,
Yeah,
right? Absolutely beautiful property. Fantastic, lovely people as well. And that makes our job so much easier, doesn't it?
It was just a fantastic morning, weren't it?
Yeah, you go in and you're talking to genuine people. The founders on YouTube, been watching us for a while, and then when they needed something doing, they called us in. So we had a trip out to Boston the other day, wasn't it? Looked at this amazing house, got some beautiful collectibles in it, and I'm looking forward to selling that lot. And I'm not going to talk about what items there are yet,
Right.
But I'm not always a big fan of pottery. However,
This is a different league.
It's a different league. It was just so well presented, and you know, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to doing that one. And I think you're on the clearance.
I'm on the clearance, so I'm in charge of 6 mile of bubble wrap.
No, it's nice. It's nice to get nice houses. It's nice when people understand the ethics of what we are doing at Prestige.
Yes, yeah.
You know,
Which is sometimes lost.
and I'm not going to go into mention names, but you know, the person we went to see the other day mentioned another auction room, and so some of the things that they do and the way they do things, and you do feel that a lot of the older auction rooms are just about how much can they make.
Yeah, they're just processing.
There are sort of hard-faced businessmen that would say, well, of course, that's what business is about. It's about how much you can make. But doing things right along the way increases your business for the future.
Yeah.
And when you look at, you know, other auction rooms that fell by the wayside over the years, I mean, there's lots of them. You think about the UK. I can remember there being lots of auction rooms in this town. I can remember them being more auction rooms in Louth and lots of places. But times have changed. Times really have changed. And when you look at the high street, the way people buy, everything is changing. And ultimately, unless you are offering that pinpoint service to people, and our service is simple.
You've got to understand the items, haven't you?
First and foremost, we've maintained this on day one. We're an auction room. We're not a second-hand dealer. We don't buy clearances. We don't buy items. You know, we'll only do that if we are pushed into the corner of that's the only option you've got. Then we'd look at it. But generally speaking, we want to go into a house, say to them, right, it's going to cost you, I don't know, 700 quid to clear it, 1,000 quid to clear it, whatever it is. However, then everything that gets sold chips away at that bill.
Then we work as hardest to get back to that figure and beyond.
Of course, and that's where the reputation comes from. The reputation comes from, one, not being greedy in the first place and trying to make every last penny, and two, actually saying to them people, you know, if you've been offered a clearance for 1,000 quid, that's it. That's where it ends.
It's gone.
That's where it ends. You're £1,000 down. If you come to us in the way that a clearance to auction business works, then you chip away at that bill, and at least, you know, even if we was going to charge £1,000, it's going to come down as the items sell, gets to break even, then tips the scale, and we owe them money.
And it's in our interest to work as hard on behalf of the client.
Of course.
Because everybody does better at that point.
Yeah, and you know the argument is there. Of course, we're making the commission. We're happy for the commission. That's what we do. That's why we're auctioneers. We're happy to make a commission, but you know we don't want to get into the habit, and will not get into the habit like some auction rooms have of buying clearances, because just think what it can do to you. You know, it's that old thing, isn't it? Oh, look at that little thing there. What is it? Oh, you see, you get your dealer head on. Well, it's all right. You know, I'll give you 20 quid for it.
Yeah, run it down and then build it up.
And then you hold on to it for a while because you know it's worth a few quid. Then you drop it through your auction, it makes 10 grand. That person sees it. Boom. You're slaughtered. You are slaughtered because social media is going to absolutely destroy you.
Yeah. There's not...
We had an interesting. Come on, this is the podcast now. We had an interesting comment, which I've removed, to be fair. So I thought it was ridiculous.
What's this on?
It was on YouTube, I think. We had a comment the other day. Somebody had put absolutely ridiculous about being greedy as well, charging buyer's fees.
Because everybody's doing stuff for free.
Not only do they charge you to put it in, they charge you to buy it as well. Greedy. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm not being funny. We are very low commission at this auction room, 10 and 15, which is where we are. Forget the VAT, it's 10 and 15, which we get. When you look around most auction rooms now, they're 20, 25s, and even 30s in some.
Doesn't it make you wonder what these people that say stuff like that do for a living?
I just don't understand.
They need to come and sit down. They need to come and explain.
Well, that's it, you know. I mean, I would say to anybody that wants to put something out on the comments that's derogatory,
back it up.
Message us privately. Say, look, I don't agree with what you're saying there, guys, or what you're doing. I want to come and sit on the set today. Come and do it.
Yeah.
You know, and then put your argument across. Don't sit behind a keyboard and do it. You know, just come and talk to us. You know, we might agree with you.
Yes,
we might not.
There's different opinions that sometimes you don't even consider, do you?
No.
Somebody comes from another angle, you don't always consider it, but no, come on.
And that's what's good about Prestige, isn't it? We do listen to people.
Yeah.
People have come in and people have made suggestions, and we've gone with them.
Yeah.
Said, you know what? That's a bloody good idea.
Yeah, you can be blinded by stuff you've done every day. You don't change things, do you? Because you just go with the norm. Somebody sees something different that you could do this.
Yeah. Tell you what somebody was talking to me about the other day, and how I don't know the best way to word this. How rude some auction rooms can be. Yeah, in terms of the owners are very hoity-toity, and they're very much on the, you know. I mean, I've always took the mickey out of it. Okay, here we go, and all this, but when you actually talk to people in the real world and they talk about other auctions they've been to, I mean, what was we listening to this week? Somebody talking about another auction room. So they won't allow you to pick up on the day of the auction.
Yeah, I've heard that one a few times.
So they have the auction online, nobody in the room, but then so somebody drives over to pick something up. There's a customer that told us this.
Yeah.
Somebody drives over to pick that item up and they go, I'm sorry, you can't pick up till tomorrow. Well, why? Well, it does say in the terms and conditions. Who reads the terms and conditions? Let's be honest. So you can't pick up tomorrow. So they sent the guy away to have to come back the next day.
Yeah.
What was his words? Never use the place again.
Yeah, you only do it once, don't you?
So you start looking at all this thing and thinking to yourself, well, how can these businesses survive in the future when all they're trying to do is not be customer friendly? The high street's hard enough. You know, look at the high streets across this country. They are closing down. You are you're not a retail business. You're like a warehouse business as an auctioneer, but you've got to tempt people out onto the high street and rather than just sitting behind the computer. So you've got to try and work with people. Try and make people. You know, I don't agree with the old saying, the customer's always right. I do not agree with that, never have. The customer's only right when he's right, okay? You can't just say, oh, they are right all the time, because they're not. Look at some of the comments we get. Customer's not always right.
Look at the comments we get on YouTube on a Saturday.
Sylvia kills them.
They are monitored now, aren't they?
Yeah.
And there's quite a bit of comeback now coming from those.
Yeah, it's quite nice that, you know, we've got somebody monitoring that, and it's great. And Sylvia obviously loves doing it, and you know, she does a good job of making. Sometimes when I come into the office and I look and I see message deleted, and I think somebody's been booted.
Yeah.
So sometimes I will open them again and have a sneaky look see what there's writing.
I've only just figured out how to do that poll thing.
Yeah.
I was looking through that, so I've not managed to see the comments that got deleted yet.
Yeah, I just had a little look. What I think what's quite a shame with YouTube, when it comes to the live feeds, is that as soon as the live feeds ends, then comments go. So it's only anybody that comments after that, which I think is a real shame. I think it'd be nice for them to leave them on.
Yeah.
Because it is good to look through at the conversations and, you know, the figures. And of course, the hot news on YouTube this week, we hit 4,000 subscribers this week.
Look at Facebook, though. There's nowhere near as many interactions on there, is there?
No. But then, to be fair, we've really, although we use Facebook every day, since we started doing the YouTube thing at Prestige, we've really backed off the Facebook.
Do you think that's going backwards, though, in general?
What, Facebook?
Yeah, do you think it's not as popular as it used to be?
I think it's still popular, but I mean, of course, when Facebook first started, there wasn't as much competition in the marketplace.
No.
Now you've got, obviously, YouTube that's massive. You've got TikTok. You've got Instagram. All the ones that we use. I mean, we put our shorts out there. I mean, those shorts, not your summer ones. We put the shorts out there now. One or two of them just recently, we've had 40 and 50,000 views on TikTok and Instagram as well. You know, and it's just about putting that little tempting thing in there that's going to make people click the button and look at it. You know,
I've seen some of the little pictures that are on the thumbnails. They're quite clever, aren't they?
Yeah, it's quite good. And again, all the more stuff that we're enjoying doing. I mean, it's just tricky at the minute. I mean, I think we're probably going to because we're trying to get everyday observations started. I mean, I'm hoping to get some stuff started next week. Start doing some filming.
We haven't had time to mess about.
I know it's been so busy. I mean, the thing is, just look at this week's auction, Chris. 1,502 lots. 1,502 lots. That's a huge amount of auctioneering to do tomorrow. It's a huge amount of stuff to put together. It's a huge amount of stuff to get out the building.
Yeah.
You've got to put it in the first place. And if you look at Prestige now, if you look at you've walked through here this morning, the backups are already full.
Well, next week's already going to be a 1,500 lot auction.
Yeah. Well, they've got another house clearance to do. We are presently doing 5 house clearances a week.
Yeah.
5.
So it's going to be...
Next week's already full. The week after's already got 4 days booked.
Do you think 1,500 is the limit?
I think 1,500 is the limit. I mean, you know, we are at capacity now.
Yeah.
So, you know, behind the scenes, we're looking at other things, but, you know, we're looking at how we can potentially make it so we do more lots. We're going to be doing more specialist sales, maybe moving some of the stuff from general to specialist, see how that goes, doing some micro sales we're talking of as well.
We could do with a box sale. You know, like we have our general mixed boxes.
Yeah.
We could do with like a rapid action shifter load of general stuff. Midweek.
There's lots of stuff we've got to consider because...
We've got to start thinking about not just a Saturday now, haven't we?
Yeah.
There's too much gear just for a Saturday.
There's too much gear. I mean, like I say, we have now got 2 special sales backed up.
Yeah.
So literally, as soon as this one's empty, new one comes in. In fact, we've got deliveries coming in on Monday afternoon for the specialist sale. And you know, we're trying to get people to hold on to stuff for as long as we can. But you've got to go back to the question: why are people bringing it to us? Well, because we're not charging them a fortune in fees. We're getting good prices for it.
We are getting good.
And we are absolutely marketing it to the max. Whether it be through YouTube, whether it be through Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We're marketing everything that we do.
Yeah. Are we over 5,000 bidders now?
Not quite. Well, you know who number 5,000 is?
Yeah, I do, yeah. I thought we might have been there this week.
No, we're very, very close. So anyone that's after number 5,000, I'm sorry, that's being given to Sylvia.
Actually, knowing what's happened this week, I fully expect there to be another 50 to 100 registered bidders next week.
That's quite possible, but we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that yet. but that will come up in conversation in coming podcasts. Anyway,
He says keep quiet.
tell you another thing we're going to do as well. Now, this is something we have done in the past, and I'm going to do it again in the future. So, one of the things that we do as auctioneers is give everybody a number, okay? And the one thing we do at Prestige, because again, other old-fashioned auction rooms don't do this, you have to go and register for a different number every week, which takes up office staff time.
Yeah, it's a waste of time.
We give them the number and we say you keep that. However, there are some prominent numbers. When we started this, I've mentioned this on a podcast before. When we opened Prestige, we went to all the other bidders that had got permanent numbers at the other auction room, and we gave them the same number. Save confusion. Made sense, made business sense, made it easier for them. However, there were other people that took numbers, low numbers, that are easy to remember, that no longer come.
Yeah.
So in the next week or two, we are literally going to be going through low numbers. Anybody that hasn't been for, say, 6 months, you've lost your number.
Ah, right.
And it will be handed to somebody that comes all the time. We did it recently with, I won't say the names, I'll just say the London boys.
Yeah.
They got number 7.
Yeah.
Because number 7 hadn't been
London boys.
No,
Do you remember the
I do remember the London boys, yeah.
Oh, it's quite fitting, really, isn't it?
So yeah, they got number 7. We had a young lady that does the chip runs every week.
Yeah.
She got number 14.
Yeah.
And so on, and we looked at that,
And a tool buyer.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's lots of reasons we're going to give people's low numbers away. If you're not going to come and support our business, don't think you can just rock in with one of the best numbers, because people like low numbers. I don't know what it is about auctions. I mean, of course, you know what Lisa did to my number 1.
Yes.
Lisa said I'd not used it for so long, so she gave it to a customer. I'm no longer number 1.
None of us are exempt from this, are we? No. This is a level playing field.
Not when it comes to Lisa. It's just like that. It's black and white, isn't it? You set the rules, Carl. You said if it didn't spend out on it for 6 months, the number's gone, so your number's gone. Anyway, so...
We could auction them off.
Yeah, we could auction off the numbers. So, I mean, I can tell you now, and I'm saying this specifically in case these people are watching this, number 2 is coming up. Number 3 is coming up.
Use it or lose it.
Number 2 and number 3 haven't been used for well in excess of 6 months, so they're going to become available. 5's still in use, 4's still in use, 6 is still in use, 7 is in use. There's some prominent numbers going to be coming up very soon, and we will just hand them to other people. And when the other person comes in, because we know who they are, we'll just say you have to register for a new number.
Re-register, yeah.
Because people do like the low numbers, it's easier to remember, and it's easier to shout out. It's easier to write down for us.
Yeah.
There's lots of reasons why. I mean, as we head towards 5,000 registered bidders,
We can only be about 10 or 15 off, I would have thought.
Yeah, and I think that with an auction like we've got this week, and if you haven't looked in today, guys, if you've not looked at anything online, good God, this is an amazing auction this week.
This is one of the best.
It's as good as it gets, isn't it? Without it being, I mean, there's stuff in there that should be in a specialist sale.
There is, yeah.
Without doubt. And
there is there's stuff for everybody, isn't there?
yeah.
Yeah, there's. I think I've got about 50 numbers written down already, and I've only been around the first part.
Really, look,
And I only got 3 things last week.
Hopefully Lisa won't be watching this tonight, but I've had a bollocking this week.
Did you do something wrong?
I always do something wrong, but I've been told I'm not allowed to buy at this Saturday's sale.
Why?
Because I spent too much at the specialist sale on Wednesday. She was running backwards and forwards every time my number went down again. She was like that. She just kept on looking up at the roster and going,
Where are you putting all of your stuff?
I don't know. Anyway, I thought I've had this great idea that no one's ever really thought of in the past, and it's called multi-story shed.
Yeah, I think I've been there.
Honestly, I bought some great stuff on Wednesday, and I was bottom feeding, but I still spent a few quid.
These are the sales. Tomorrow is the sale. Perfect for bottom feeders. There's that much stuff, and people will spend a lot of money, and the good stuff will make good money, and the average stuff you'll be able to hoover up.
Yeah, that when I was doing the sneak peek on Monday night, and you know, I was out a lot. I had 4 quotes, I think, on Monday.
Yeah.
Literally, when I did the sneak peek, it was the first time I'd walked around, and I was spotting stuff in the middle room, the box room, and in the tool room. This is great stuff.
Yeah.
This is good stuff.
Yeah.
And ultimately, which is good for the buyers, good for the vendors, and we've also got a couple of vehicles in this week as well. We've got a van.
They're rare, aren't they?
There's a reserve on it though. £200. £200. It drives well. I drove it into the car park the other day.
I'm in the need for another vehicle. I got rear-ended.
Yes, yeah, you did say about that. Somebody went straight into there. Have you got things sorted with the insurance company yet?
Yeah, well, luckily, the lady admitted. I got a call from her insurance company. She'd rung them up and admitted responsibility. So it takes the battle out of it.
Yeah, because not everyone does that straight away.
No, did the right thing. So they're going to write it off.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
What? That's what they're going to do in the end, is it?
Yeah, it's because cosmetic, innit? I've got the option to buy it back, which I'm going to do because I am attached to it.
You get attached to all your old cars. I was attached to my old Toyota Avensis. That was a lovely car.
You do, don't you? I mean,
I enjoyed that car, and now I've got that horrible big thing that cost me a fortune.
Yeah, that keeps that thing's seeing spirits that are not there, isn't it?
Yeah. I've got to ring them today. So anyway, that's another story. So that's the week of auctions that was, and the auction world is. I personally think auctions are getting busier.
Yeah, well, we had that.
I think if you're doing it right.
Yeah, we had that 1,000 item auction last week, which for us was incredibly small, weren't it?
Yeah. Well, that was only because 4 vans let us down.
Yeah.
I mean, with what's going on in the town at the minute, if fans start letting us down, then, well, it is what it is.
Yeah, there's a queue. Yeah.
So, ultimately...
But did it feel small? 1,000 lots?
Yeah. Not going to feel small tomorrow.
No.
1,502, especially me with a croaky voice. But anyway, it is what it is.
6 o'clock finish tomorrow?
Yeah, it's going to be a late one.
Yeah. Chinese takeaway.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun, as it always is, and we'll get the business done. Anyway, we did last week's podcast about kids' TV shows, and the response, the comments. I sat and watched the podcast on the night time with my headphones on because Lisa didn't fancy it, and I'm watching all the comments coming, and the comments went wild when we started talking about kids' TV shows.
Oh, we missed, wasn't it, mainly?
And everyone was going on about who we'd missed. And we missed so many.
I know.
And it's not until you start looking at the names that you're like,
yeah, I remember.
Wow.
Yeah.
I forgot about that one. And there was just so many of them that we didn't touch upon. I can't remember them now.
I can. We completely, utterly missed Sooty.
Sooty and Sweep.
Yeah. We just, how did we miss that? Because I used to go to the...
Can you remember the name of the girl in it?
Sue. Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Well, they've still got it, haven't they, up at the on the seafront? The Sooty show thing, you can put the... Do you remember you could put your 10p in and it did that, little show?
Yeah.
They've still got it up there. It's probably about £5 now for the same show, but it's
for the electric. Yeah. But no, there was Sooty and Sweet. What else was it that got mentioned on there?
There was that Dactari thing with that lion with a whammy eye.
See, I can't remember that.
I can. Yeah.
And of course, people were going on about how they used to enjoy Mr. Ben and Camberwick Green and
Biker Grove we missed.
Oh yeah, because
we got in trouble
Lacey got for that one, didn't she? She went, how did you miss Biker Grove? Now you've got to say Biker Grove.
Biker Grove.
Biker Grove. Biker Grove. and Ant and Dec.
Yeah.
Ant and Dec doing Biker Grove. Yeah, it was. I suppose Lisa was right. I think it was a bit of a follow-on from Grange Hill, really.
Yeah,
I
think we did quite well. I don't think we missed that many.
Well,
still nobody's come back to me and said that they have seen Children on Fire Mountain, and I've got a real problem with this now because I didn't imagine it. No, it's real. Oh, and I've bought. I said I was going to get it, and it's arrived. I've got The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn on DVD, the 1970s version. So I'm looking forward to rewatching
What was
that.
the other one someone was on about? I remember your Huckleberry are very thin. There was the Flintstones. I think did we mention that? I think we did, didn't we? There was so many more that people mentioned, but people started going back in time to Muffin the Mule.
Yeah, the 60s, right?
Yeah, I mean that was before me, and was it Champion the Wonder Horse, and
Oh, that was on 70s.
was that 70s? Was it?
Black Beauty was on there.
And then somebody else mentioned another thing, which was Monkey. Was it Monkey?
Ah, Monkey!
Oh, Monkey!
And then that cloud used to come over, didn't it?
Yeah. It was like, and I'd forgot about that as well.
Yeah.
And then when you start talking to like your own kids, I mean, our Stephen and Daniel, they're sort of 30 odd now, and ultimately they're talking about things like Takeshi's Castle.
Yeah.
I remember watching that for the first time, and I'm like, it was harsh, wasn't it? Absolutely harsh. I mean, we are getting closer and closer to the Running Man, aren't we?
Yeah.
It's going to happen before long.
Or a real version of Squid Game.
I don't want to talk about the news headlines too much, but Mr. Huntley.
He got battered, didn't he?
Absolutely, yeah. Apparently, he's fighting for his life in hospital.
Yeah. But isn't he blind or something already? Or?
Yeah, I think they got him with something else. I mean, look, they're gonna get him before long.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, don't go killing kids. Maybe that's the answer.
Yeah. So easy, isn't it?
Yeah. It's so easy to just be a decent person, isn't it? But anyway, that's that. And what else? What else has happened this week that we probably need to talk about? There's a by-election last night.
Oh, that's just so bad.
People are not realising that if they split the vote like this, just how bad this country is going to get. But anyway, let's not talk politics.
I don't even want to start on that one. I'd rather just ignore it because it's just going to descend into chaos.
I don't want to really talk politics today. And what else was there that's happened this week? Well, of course, Charlie Manson, is it? Charles Bronson? Manson. Charlie Manson, isn't it? The prisoner who's been in prison, never killed anyone or out. He's been in for like 50 odd years.
Yeah.
There was a film done by him like that. Yeah. He was up before the parole board. That's another interesting topic to talk about, that one, because he's been in prison all these years, and then he's I think he's nearly 80 now, something like that.
Oh, he'll be an MP soon.
Yeah, come out and become an MP. I think the world of politics has been interesting this week, but I don't really want to get onto politics.
No, I'm bored of it.
It's just going to depress me, I think, if we talk about politics.
Yeah.
I think kids' TV shows are much more fun to talk about, to be honest.
I could tell you about my dentist experience this week.
Okay.
Yeah. 6 injections. Halfway through, they had to do a second round.
What was you having done?
Just a filling, but it was really weird. It went on and, when you've been in the dentist and they start doing all that work and your face has gone numb.
Yeah.
And you can hear all the noise and they're all happy and giddy talking to you and stuff. And then halfway through the work, the mood changes and you can sense it and you think, this is not good now.
Are you private or NHS? How much did it cost you?
80 quid. That's NHS, isn't it? 'Cause it would have been about 8 grand otherwise.
I remember when I had to go for my first open heart surgery, I had to have dental clearance, and I had some problems at the time, and I couldn't get into an NHS dentist, and I went into this one down Wellham Road, I think it was, and on the corner there, and I thought it's going to cost me a lot of money, this, and we didn't have a whole lot of money back then. And not that we have now, but we just, we work week to week sort of thing. And I'm sat in the chair, and he had to extract 2 teeth. Did it on different days. When it was the first time I went, I think it was worked out. It's going to be about 400 quid for my work to be done, and we pretty much had to save it up and got it done. And when I was sat in the chair for the second extraction, like 2 weeks apart, you sat there thinking he's got his pliers on, he's trying to pull the tooth, and he's going, "Oh, I'm ever so sorry, Mr. Vince." He said, "It won't come." He said, "So we're going to have to cut it into 4." He said, "And do it." And then he just went, and this is how he did it. I'm going to do it to the camera. He went, and he got in real close, and he went, that'll be another £80. I was like,
But at that point, you haven't really got much choice, have you?
that'll be another £80. I'm like,
just wait while you bring something to the auction, mate.
yeah. Oh God, it cost me another £80 because they had to cut it into 4 pieces. Oh God.
I could tell the mood had changed. She kind of like started getting right edgy and fidgety in this chair. And so she got this other round of injections and went round again because I thought, this means it's going to take a bit longer. And she says, and I'll try the accent, but I don't know what it is. She said, I'm very sorry, very, very sorry. I'm not very comfortable. And I went, do you want to swap places then?
I'm not very comfortable. That's not what you want to wear, is it?
No. So they did it. Made her right. I couldn't eat for ages. It was about 2 o'clock by the time my face came back.
It's awful having it done, isn't it? It's awful.
Yeah.
But if you've ever had toothache,
Yeah.
you don't want toothache.
No. That's naughty, innit?
I've had heart surgery and toothache's
It's worse. It's the worst one.
It is, because you just can't get rid of it. I mean, when you get real bad toothaches up into your ears, your head, everything about it is just awful.
You just think about it, don't you? It's just like it just like bores down on you.
Used to happen to me. 2 years on the bounce, I got real bad toothache over Christmas and couldn't get anything done about it. I remember going to a dentist on Boxing Day one year, an emergency dentist, and I got in, and it was like a production line in there. It was like that. So you went in, got into the chair, went, right, okay, yeah, we need to fill that, pull it, whatever it is. You went, right, I'm going to give you an injection. Give injection, right, go and wait in the waiting room.
Yeah.
And then they got the next one in. And literally, it was like, it's so fast. I mean, it was efficient, very efficient, to be fair. And they got the job done. But the thing is, the pain don't go straight away. It was like the next morning before the pain had gone. But once it had gone, you sort of woke up and sort of went, oh my God.
Yeah.
But then your jaw ached because you're in like that. Oh, and they're going, can you open wider, please? I'm like, no, it hurts. Leave me alone.
See, I reckon sciatica is about as bad as toothache. That's bad.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So I have some of that as well.
Yeah,
A little bit.
that's the same thing. That just gnaws away, doesn't it?
Thing is, right, my dentist is a lady called Sarah, and she is, without doubt, the nicest dentist I have ever met.
You've got to have confidence in your dentist.
I tell you what, honestly, I mean, the chances are she won't watch this, but when I was in that situation, when I had to have my second heart surgery and I needed dental clearance again and just had no money, the boys were in at the dentist because they were primarily a children's dentist, NHS, and I heard there was knocking down the primary building the primary centre on Beacon Ave at the time. So the dentist had gone and they was working from the hospital, and there was another Sarah in there who we got to know quite well, and I heard her say to somebody at the counter, "Oh look, there's if you want to get a dentist, so and so are taking on." So I went off. I said, "Excuse me, I couldn't help but over here." Then I said, "Who's taking on?" And she says, "Oh, why? What's the problem?" And I explained, and she went, "Oh, I'll have a word with Sarah, the other Sarah." And they agreed to see me, and this got me all sorted for my operation. And you know, when you sort of think about things that people probably don't have to do, and they just do it,
Yeah.
and they've got a kind heart. Well, that was that,
And you always remember it.
and I've always remembered it, and I've got so much time for them. In fact, I've actually the lads go there, and the grandkids go there as well. And Lois was there the other day, and she just booked me an appointment, so I'm going in to see him in a few weeks' time. And you know, you just people.
Our dentist did the same. They weren't taking on, but they actually rang us up and did something very similar.
Yeah.
So people do it. Can have faith in other people. They do nice things, don't they, every now and again?
But I remember her telling me a story. She says, I was moaning about something. She says to me, she went, "You haven't lived until a 7-year-old turns up for his dental appointment and his mother's just given him a packet of Watsits." It's all stuck to your teeth. Oh my God.
Yeah, all these jobs have all got their little downsides, haven't they?
Yeah, looking in people's gobs all the time.
Oh,
Good
man.
God.
Could you do it?
No, I've got to say. I mean, I think I think they're very clever. I mean, ultimately, let's face it, everyone hates the dentist, but the dentist is your best friend when you've got toothache.
Yeah. I think they really earn the money, to be honest. It's not a job I'd want to do.
No, and let's face it, there's a lot of things that you could get wrong and cause people a lot of pain, I suppose. So anyway, I'm not really quite sure we got talking about dentists, but we
was my weird week. It set off weird. It's been like it's a bit like auditioning for Britain's Got Talent. It has been a bit of a roller coaster sort of week. I got told on Sunday. Yeah, because I got the car got rear-ended on Sunday. I also got told on Sunday it'd be $3,000 for some steps for the caravan. What
are you having, like the Rocky steps put up to it?
Gold-plated or something? No, I'm not having them. I'm spending $3,000 on steps. I'd rather jump. That's weird, isn't it?
On
yeah,
steps.
I don't know where you get it from.
Ridiculous. But of course, that time is heading toward ever closer. When are you back on the site?
This Sunday.
So 2 days.
Yeah. 2
days away, and you're back being a gypsy.
Yeah.
Great. And pineapples in place?
No, we sold them at Emswell.
Oh, you sold them? They're gone already.
Kim sold them. Do you know how much money I've made at Emswell this week? My grand total, because Thursday's email day, innit?
Go on then.
£18.
That don't even cover rent.
No.
What went wrong?
It's probably the third week on the trot. It's been absolutely dead.
I think this town needs a decent one.
Yeah, there's something going on there. That's January, February on the Hemswell complex. I know some people are doing really well. They're selling a certain product, which is on vogue at the minute, but everybody else doesn't seem to be. And they've had massive amount of theft there this winter.
Have they really?
Several buildings, big scale, £2,000-3,000 losses from cabinets and stuff.
From cabinets?
Yeah.
How are they getting into the cabinets?
Some sort of
this device thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, look, I think I put a lot of the blame of that on people. So the old-fashioned cabinets where you've got a glass cabinet, we have them in our special sales
Same
area.
things, yeah.
So you've got a lock at the top. Well, of course, if you just pull the glass at the bottom,
yeah.
I did hear about this where they'd made like a device with a coat hanger. So what they'd do is they'd put the device up, loop a ring, gold ring, something like that, and pull it out. So the simple thing to do is to put a second lock at the bottom,
top and bottom,
or buy different cabinets where there's no gap.
Yeah.
So the door fits snug.
Yeah.
People have known this has been going on in the antiques and collectible centres for quite a while now. So why have they not done anything about it?
Yeah, I mean they've had plenty of warnings because they've gone. I think they did South Yorkshire in October, November.
Yeah.
So it's got to be the same gang, same group.
Yeah, and of course the thing is as well, when you go in these antiques and collectible sale, it's all at your own risk.
Yeah.
There's no insurances. They tell you that from day one. It's up to you to supply your own security. So, and ultimately, even if they get broken into, you've got to have your own insurance.
Yeah.
But that's no different to an auction room. That's exactly the same thing. So I get it. It's very difficult to insure other people's stuff. But I think the other thing as well, Chris, and we touched upon this quite a lot in the past, for people that are thinking of selling in antiques and sales centres, if you're going to pick one that does a lot of advertising. I find that a lot of them don't do any advertising. They just expect people are going to come there because they've been there for years. Well, that's the old auction mentality. That's why we're sat here doing this now.
They're relying on past trade.
Yeah, you're trying to put stuff out there for people to get excited about your business and come to your business. And a lot of the antiques and collectible centres are not doing that. They're not saying to people, come to us, we've got all this great stuff.
They're not moving on either because I'm finding that antiques in general have just nosedived in interest level and sales.
Yeah.
You get a lot of this like, oh, gran had one, mum had one, nobody buys it.
It's the antiques and collectible centres are becoming a day out like a museum.
So it is, yeah.
Do you remember? We have it in the auction room. Difference in an auction room, people can buy it and buy it at a reasonable price. Whereas in it, sometimes you have some overinflated prices in antiques and collectible centres because people think because it's old, it's worth a lot of money, and we all know that's not the case.
Everybody's savvied up now. You can't do that anymore.
Google Lens. Google Lens is the big thing now, isn't it? You know, although Google Lens isn't foolproof, and people need to remember that. I had another horror story this week. Somebody had used Google Lens, seen something in an auction room. Turns out it wasn't a genuine one, and they paid, you know, probably 200 quid under the genuine price. Did themselves a few hundred quid in, and like the auction said, well, you know, it's buyer be aware. You need to come and look at it. They did come and look at it. They Google Lensed it. Google Lens will see what it sees. It doesn't tell you if it's right or wrong.
No.
And that's when you need knowledge.
You've got, if you're relying on modern technology, then you put a lot of faith in it, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely do.
So the antique centre side of things this week is pretty flat.
Okay.
But I have managed to book the lads' cycle tour across Brittany, the booze tour.
Oh God, when is it?
1st of June.
1st of June. Who's going this time?
Well, there's me and Steve, and I think Adrian, Jenny's partner's coming as well. So
you're right. You got to picture the scene here, everybody. This is men on bikes. Yeah,
who shouldn't really be on bikes
with alcohol. It's just
no lycra involved.
And do you end up at the Mitchell Palace in?
Yeah.
Good God, what
Chateau Tron Jolly they call it. Yeah.
Oh dear me.
Did you fancy it?
No.
No.
2 reasons. One, I can't really ride a bike.
None of us can.
Well, I can ride a bike, but a bike and alcohol was probably...
Do you know how much training I've done for it?
None.
Not yet, no. Got 3 months.
How far's the cycle ride?
It's split into 4 sections. I think there's 2 45 it's a 45 miles from the ferry port to the campsite.
Yeah.
And then 45 miles from the campsite to the house. So it's that 180-mile round trip, but we split it into 4 days.
I think you need to, the amount you're going to drink, most likely. It'll be fun. You enjoyed it last
it's
time
brilliant.
You did, didn't you?
It's brilliant, yeah.
Did Jenny go last time?
Yeah.
She's not fancying it this time.
Somebody's got to look after the dog.
Cool, couldn't you get one of them little boxes? You'd be like a scene out of
put the dog
Wizard of Oz. The dog's drunk at the front, all over the place. They're looking a bit like... Basil. Anyway, so there you go, everybody. That's the week that was. I just wanted to touch up on one other thing that I was talking about. In the past, we spoke about adverts from when we were kids, and we spoke about kids' TV shows. And that I want to just quickly touch upon one last thing, and I'll get involved in this one, everybody in the chat. The games we used to play when we were kids. I'm not on about with your uncle. I'm on about.
Is that a different podcast?
Yeah, that's a very different podcast. The games we used to play when we went out to play. Do you remember when kids used to go out to play when they got home from school? First thing I used to do as soon as I got home from school was I just couldn't wait. Mum would usually have your tea ready. You'd have your tea, and you had to get out your school uniform.
Yeah.
And get your playing clothes on, and out you went. You know, and you wanted to be out as long as you could. You didn't want to be sat in at home. I mean, you'd maybe, if it was a bit of a wet day, you'd watch your kids' programs that was talking about.
You were out till it were dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want you to think about some of them games we used to play. And one of my favourites was Kerbsy.
Yeah.
Where you literally had to throw the ball, and if it just hit the curb right, it bounced back and you caught it and you got a point. Yeah. And that I used to love. And of course, they probably weren't as many cars on the road back then.
I was just thinking that because you had to stop, didn't you, when somebody were coming past?
Yeah.
And there was nobody parked on the pavements, were they?
Playing it out the front of the auction room here, won't we?
Should we try it?
Yeah, we'll do it in the bus lane. We've not heard about the bus lane for a while. But what else was there? There was now. Some people call it tracky. Yeah. When we was kids, we called it tracking, where you would. I mean, we was quite lucky. So where we lived on Middlefort Road, you went up over to Buckbeck. There's a lot of chalk stone in the ground there.
Yeah.
So you'd get these big lumps of chalk. So you didn't have to go and buy chalk. So you'd go out and you'd do this thing where you would run down the street and you'd put arrows.
Yeah, we did it with sticks, I remember.
And then, of course, then what you'd do is if you come to where our Stephen lives now, when you come round to where Highthorpe Crescent is there and one Itterby Crescent, you'd put the arrows going towards Itterby Crescent and then do a couple of them and then run back and then go the other way, just to put people off.
Yeah.
And games like that. And, of course, you know, what happens to the days of walking down the streets and seeing chalked out hopscotches?
Yeah.
And marbles. I mean, no, actually, I've changed my mind from Kerby. Marbles was my absolute favourite.
Did you do that thing with 2p's or 10p's against a wall?
Yeah, well, I didn't too much. I never had any money, but there was other kids that did that. I used to watch.
Used to run in and grab it.
I used to watch. But marbles, I mean, the thing is, with marbles was a great game. Played in gutters, of course. I mean, imagine that. Imagine the kids these days not being allowed to play in a gutter.
Them little red stringy bags that they come in, do you remember them?
Yeah. Well, I had a tin of marble because I was quite good at it. And, of course, if you hit the marble, you won the marble and so on. But some of them had values, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, yeah.
So if you had, like, one of them really nice sort of Japanese ones.
A China.
A China one.
Yeah.
And there's you'd negotiate at the start. Well, I've got a nib. Yeah, so mine's a 1.
Yeah.
My nib will play yours. Well, mine's a 7. Nah, I'm not having that. I'll play you at a 5, but not at a 7.
Yeah.
And so you'd have to hit
and
them
then you had them
5
big
times.
ones, didn't you?
Yeah, volleys.
I can't remember.
But then you probably had different names in Yorkshire.
Yeah.
Because,
I remember the ball bearing ones, the steel ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there was just so many different sorts. But volleys, I'll never forget this one, Darren, as a kid. Before we went to school, the drain cleaner had come into the bottom of Cherrydale where we lived, and he was doing this drain, and I was like, oh God. I said to the guy, there's loads of volleys in the bottom there, mate. He said, well, hang about a minute. He says, when we get it drained out, he said, I'll get them all out for you. And I said, I'll disinfect them for you. This is what people were like back in the day. And I'm looking at the time and thinking, I've got to get to school. I was only around the corner. I was like 4 minutes late for school, but I got about 20 volleys and I was buzzing. I couldn't wait to get home that night. And then it was just, I think the ball bearings we used to call Steelies.
Yeah.
Something like that.
They were like proper coveted, weren't they?
Yeah.
Chinas and Steelies, I think.
And then you'd have like a volley, but instead of it having the normal sort of bits in the middle, it'd have all stringy bits all over the place.
Yeah, and there were clear ones, weren't there? They were just glass.
Yeah.
Glasses.
Yeah, which was just... And of course, what was marbles? It was early gambling.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was you gambling your marble against somebody else's marble.
Yeah.
And I...
Well, it was the same with conkers, though, wasn't it?
Conkers was the same. I mean, conkers, of course, is barred in most schools now. I see a picture.
And you'll have your eye out.
I see a picture of a school that was allowing conkers, and they had to wear aprons, goggles, and a face mask. I mean, God, you'd run down. I remember running down the playground like that, swinging a conker around and whacking someone in the head with, I got you. Yeah.
Well, like sports day at school was like run the goal. That was like Takeshi's Castle, wasn't it?
Wow. Don't even start me off about sports days at school, because we're going off on a tangent now. But one of the things that I loved about school was sports day, and I did okay. I got some firsts, I got some seconds, I got some thirds. There isn't any of that anymore.
No.
You have a competing certificate.
Nobody lost.
I'm sorry, I just don't get it.
What about when you used to get on your bike from school, and you'd get that little bit of the margarine carton and tape it to the margarine things on your bike so they made a weird noise? Spokes thingy.
A peg and a bit of plastic or something.
Yeah.
So as you was driving actually, it sounded like a motorbike.
That was it,
didn't
yeah.
it? Yeah, that was great if you had a bike. Of course, in the early 80s as well, it was the start of the BMXing thing, wasn't it? And so everyone was building ramps and stuff.
Yeah, you were building your own bikes, weren't you?
It was great fun. Anyway, there's somebody, while we just had that quick interruption there, somebody mentioned something to me. They said, here's some kids' programmes you didn't talk about last week. It's a Knockout, which wasn't always a kids' programme, but it was kids like watching it.
That was good.
There's a reason there's no reruns of that. And then there was Rolf's cartoon time, where he used to do his paintings. And then, of course, Jim Will Fix It.
Oh, classic.
Now, Jim Will Fix It. we can talk about all the reasons why we shouldn't talk about Jim Will Fix It, but let's talk about the reasons why we loved Jim Will Fix It when we were kids, because it was the biggest show on Saturday night TV.
Yeah.
And it was making people's dreams come true. And people liked the idea of that. I mean, you was at a time in the world, in this country, nobody had much, did there? And they could make things happen that just wouldn't be able to happen to normal people, allegedly. And ultimately, you know, I think it was an interesting...
You used to settle down and watch it, didn't you?
Well...
It was a big old thing, wasn't it?
Everyone used to... The thing is with Jimmy Savile, you know, Jimmy Savile, like you pointed out earlier, was, you know, he was a radio DJ.
Yeah.
He was very popular, and the reason he probably got away with what he did was because of the old-fashioned thing I had with my parents. You know, that would be like, you know, you don't cheat your elders.
Yeah,
and
but he was surrounded by people who promoted him as well.
Yeah,
you know,
don't
he was
cheat your elders. Don't be saying that. That's not nice. You know, and it was always like the adults. I mean, the one that used to really, really get to me was, don't cheat your elders, and you should have some respect for older people, and all that, you know, and that's
why we're drummed into us not to question things, weren't we?
Yeah, probably why so many kids got bloody abused and God knows what they did back in the day, and it was just that old-fashioned attitude. It's quite a
Do you
shame,
think that's
really.
why we question everything now?
I think it is.
It's just the reverse of what we... Yeah.
You know, there was just so much going on in those times that, you know, almost felt like the norm. But I mean, you know, maybe it's easy for us to sit and talk about stuff like that if it didn't really affect us.
Yeah.
You know, but
see, he was like surrounded by other celebrities, like pushing him forward and stuff.
Yeah.
Marathons and stuff. He were all over. He were everywhere, wasn't he?
Yeah. But Jim Will Fix It. I know it was that thing that, you know, made the kids' dreams come true. Not just kids, as adults as well.
Yeah.
And it was an amazing TV show. Sadly, you know, years to come, its reputation gets tarnished by the man that was the main person on it.
Yeah.
And let's face it, I think Jim Will Fix It could have been John Will Fix It, Rob Will Fix It, whatever. I think that TV show would have worked whoever had done it.
Yeah.
Because it was destined to be massive.
Yeah.
It's giving that, you know, and I'd love to know how many sacks of mail they used to get every week. Because did you ever send a letter off?
I've sent some, yeah.
I'm sure I did. I can't remember what I was asking for, but I'm pleased I didn't get on. Anyway, listen, everybody. We've had a few technical issues today that we need to look into, so we'll need to get that one sorted out for next week. Okay, of course, this was All Things Auction, the podcast where we talk about auctions and other things as well. We're going to get ready now for its viewing out there. It's another massive sale tomorrow. So I'm sure you'll all be jumping on the feed tomorrow and having a chat as always, and we really do look forward to it. Chris is getting more involved with that now. I've got the monitor up on there as well. He's started to get his way around it.
I can figure out now how to do things because I'm like the most least tech savvy person there is.
What I might do tomorrow, I might put you the other computer on tomorrow.
Right.
Because that's a lot easier to use and navigate. And you got.
I've only just figured out this one.
Yeah, and anyway, listen, everybody, have a great week. Do some buying, do some selling. Get involved with the auction. Come and look us up on YouTube, and just have a generally great week. I'm going to go off there now outside, and Lisa's going to tell me what to do, no doubt. And I've got all sorts to do out there today because we're
busy afternoon.
We've still got pickups from the special sale. We've got new sales coming up, etc., etc. What are you doing, Chris?
I'm going off to Hemswell because I've sold 3 things in 2 weeks. I need to replace them.
He's off to Hemswell. Hopefully he won't get rear-ended, so to speak, this week. And anyway, listen, everybody, thanks for watching this one. Say goodbye, Chris.
Goodbye, Chris.
Say goodbye, Basil. No, that's hello. It's not goodbye.
No.
Bye.
Got any tea, baby?
Have a great week, everyone. We'll see you very soon at the auction.